Hello friends, welcome to my channel Go Digit. Today in this video we will understand about file management or file handling in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central SaaS version, right? So before we begin with this video, I request you to please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed it yet. Here in our channel, we make the videos of Business Central both technical and functional. Okay, so let's begin with the video. So as generally we all know that Business Central comes in two versions. First one is the online cloud version, which is this one as you can see right now. And if I talk about the on-premise one, so here it is. So as we all know that on-premise and the cloud, these are the two versions which are currently available for the Business Central. We can run whether with the on-premise or we can go with the cloud. So the basic difference you could say that when we work with the cloud and on-premise is that if we are running the on-premise Business Central, that means that we can easily have an access of our local file system, right? We can access our file stored in the client machine, file stored in your server machine, or wherever it is. We can easily play with those files. But when we talk about the cloud version of the Business Central, the criteria becomes a little, you could say, not simple enough. But yes, of course, it is way different than we handle in the on-premise version because in the cloud means that our Business Central is running on the Microsoft data centers, right? It is not in our premises. It is not in under our infrastructure. So obviously, when we are using this Business Central from another infrastructure, then that means that we cannot directly access our local file system. So let's see one example that uh, how we could handle the file management or file handling in the Business Central SaaS version and how it is different from the on-premises. So this is the part one of the video, and we will continue to learn more about the file management in the further videos in the future. So let's begin with that. Here, as you can see, I have opened up one project. Okay, so this is the project which we have currently. So let me, what I can do is that I should delete this. Okay, not from this. Let's me open another project from here, which I have already made. So open this one. Yes, of course. To save it. Let's me delete this code unit first. We will prepare it again, right? So when we create any project in the for the whether for the on-premise or for the cloud, we used to prepare via normal shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts, and then these files appears in this navigation path. So as you can see in the app.json, we have one property called target. Okay, so currently as you can see that in this we have four options available: internal, extension, cloud, or on-prem. Previously, in the when Business Central was in its initial versions 13, 14, and 15, and so on, the only extension and internal were available. Cloud and on-prem was not there. But now Microsoft have introduced this cloud and on-prem, which actually means that if you're working with the on-premise Business Central, you should have to use this. If you're working with the cloud, then you have to select this. And of course, extension also denotes to cloud and internal denotes to on-prem. Okay, so let's see. By default, obviously, we should have to select cloud because we should always direct our applications to the cloud only, so that we our all our extensions should be cloud compatible. Now, when you select this cloud, then you cannot use any such function, any such property which cannot be compatible with the cloud, right? So let's see one example. So what I can do is that let me open or create one code unit. Okay, so here it is. Let me write this like way. And what we can do is that we create one procedure check file. Okay, so let's write down like this. Create one parameter of file type, file rec of type file. Okay, so those who have already worked on the Navision and the Business Central on-prem, they know that when we use any file variable, this function called create is very much available for us, right? We can use this function to create our files in the designated path which we define here. But now it is giving me an error. Why so? Let's see this, that the application object or the method create has scope on-prem and cannot be used for extension development, right? So this means that because we do not have access to the local file system, we cannot directly create the files in my machine. Okay, because I'm using the cloud version, I'm directing my application to the cloud version of the Business Central, so I cannot directly create any file in my local file system from the Business Central SaaS version, right? Now, let's say that if I go to the app.json again and see this property and change it from cloud to on-prem, and now see, if I try to build this, okay, it is still giving me an error because of these things. So what I can do is, for the time being, let's delete this file. Okay, and let's build the project again. And now you can see that error is gone, right? There is no error available as such because now my extension is pointing to on-prem Business Central and not to the cloud, right? So, but as we all know that we should not create our extension or the application by considering the on-prem Business Central because Microsoft have already introduced the Universal Code Initiative program, and all we need to do is that we need to refactor our applications they become cloud compatible. So we should not use this create function, and obviously we should not target our applications to on-prem but cloud only, right? So as we have seen that we cannot use this because this is not available in our cloud Business Central. So now in order to use the file in my which is available in my local file system, how we can use that, how we can handle them, uh, let's see about that. Okay, so let's assume that we have to create the item in our Business Central, and with each item, it is our responsibility uh, that we should upload one image also of that item. And let's consider that that image is currently available in your local machine in which you as a user is working. So how you will access that particular image which is available in your file system, and how you can upload the same in the Business Central SaaS version. Let's see that. So let's create one function called import pic, and it will take what? It will take one parameter called item. All right. Okay. Sorry. So it will take one parameter called item. Fine. let's create a complete procedure by adding begin and end. So when we do that, now our first step is that we need to upload my image of item from my local file system to the business central. So to upload that particular file, to access that file and to upload that file, we have one function called upload into stream, right? So with this function, no, we not only will have an access to our local file system, but we can upload the file which is available in my computer from and into the business central. So let's see that it takes this much parameters. First parameter is dialog title. So let me add it as import pic as the dialog title. Rest one are from folder, from filter, and as like these parameters generally do not support the web client, so we can what we can do is we can keep it blank. And now it takes further two more parameters. One is from file, as you can see, and the second one is in stream. So what we can do is that we should create two variables. Okay, so let's create one text variable of file name and another one is an str. Okay, so this is like it. And now because we have added two variables which we have not defined here, so let's define them also. File name as text, in str as in stream. Okay, so let's add it under one condition, that if we upload the file, then whatever this function import, that file will get import in this in stream variable. Okay, so once it is available here, what we can do is that we first have to clear the picture which is already available in my item card if it is. So let me clear it. Okay, then we need to import this file which is currently available in the in stream into my item card. So what we can do is item record dot picture, and picture is a media type field. So it has one function called import stream. Okay, and because our file is or our data is currently available in the in stream, so we should use this function called import stream. And what it takes? It takes two parameters. One is in stream and second one is the description. So we know that we have these two parameters already available with us. So we can directly upload or import my picture into this picture field of item table, and hence I just modify my item as true, right? So let's see by creating one page which I have already created. So what I can do is I can uh, just to save time, I should copy that item extension from one of my project. So this one is to my current project. Here it is, right? So let's go back to my item card and here it is. So we have added one action of import picture, and here from here what I am doing is that I'm calling my function by passing the complete item parameter. Okay, so when it will go to this function and run this complete code to upload the file from your local file system to the item record of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central SaaS version, right? So using this function of upload into stream, we can easily upload or import the record which are available in my local file to the Business Central SaaS. So this is one way of working with the file which is already available in your file system. Now let's see another way. For example, where you want certain data which is available in the Business Central, you want that certain data in your local file system in the form of file. So how you can do that? So what we can do, we can create one more procedure called download file, all right, and it will again take parameter of item. Okay, so let's do like that, like this. So what we can do is that let's assume one case that where you want item information of your particular item card in which you are currently you have opened up. Let's say you want that item number and name from that card by creating one text file and download that file. Okay, so what we can do is that we should use one function called download from stream. Okay, so what it takes is that it takes these much parameters. So let's create these parameter. One first parameter it takes is in stream. Okay, second parameter is it takes is dialog title. Because we are now downloading the file, so we don't need any dialog title, we can keep it blank. And to folder it does not support, web client does not support, to filter web client does not support. Okay, and to file, of course we can provide one file name, right? So it takes these parameters, so obviously we have to create these variable. Okay, in str in stream file name as text. Now because we want to prepare a file, we want to create a file uh, of a record which is available in the Business Central, and we have already seen in the earlier that we cannot use file.create. So how we can create the file and how we can write the data into it? So for that we can use outstream. Okay, so outstream helps us in writing the data to my file, and in-stream helps in reading that data from the stream. Okay, and now when you are playing with this in-stream and out-stream, we have one code unit called temp blob. Okay, so we should use this code unit called temp blob. Through this we can directly use and access and work with the in-stream and out-stream file types. Okay, so let's create temp blob dot create outstream. Okay, so we have created the outstream by using this function and this variable. Now our outstream is ready and we can write the text into it. Outstream dot write text, and what it takes the parameter called as text, right? So now it needs a text and we have to input the text only, but in our requirement is that we want to input item number and name. Okay, and we want item number in the first line, item number in the second line. Like let's assume This is your notepad, and here we want the data like item number, and in the second line we want item name. Okay, like this. So we want item number in the first line, second in the second line we want item name. So to play with the lines in the file, we have to add two more variables called carriage return and line feed. So those who don't know about what carriage return does, what line feed does is that when we use carriage return, okay, so carriage return, what carriage return does is that let's say you have finished writing up your first line. So after you believe that your first line is complete and now you want to move to the second line. So to tell the compiler that now I want to move to the second line, you need to use carriage return. So carriage return will simply do what simply do is that it currently your cursor is available here. Carriage return will put your cursor in the first position of the first line. Okay. And then to move this cursor here in the starting position of the second line, line feed helps you like this. As you can see, the movement of the cursor from first line to the starting position of the second line, line feed helps you in moving that. Okay, so that's why we have added these two variables of carriage return and line feed, and the default value of these CR and CR is 13 and LF is 10. Okay, now provide the file name also that we want the file which Business Central will download for us. It should have this default name iteminfo.txt. Okay, let me put it in the braces like this. Okay, so now write the data into the outstream. So what we can do is we want first the caption like this item number. Okay, so we added this particular caption. Now what we can do by using the format, we can add my item number information, right? Because write text only takes the text parameter, so we cannot directly write the item record number here. So that's why I use the format and treat it as a complete string. Okay, now also because after this I want to write out str write text. I want to move to the second line where I want item name information like the same way format item record dot description like this. So because I want these lines, these information in separate lines, so let's add our carriage return and line feed like this. Okay, so in this way, you will or Business Central will create the files or will create the data in the file in two different lines. Okay, so now my outstream is completed. I have successfully write down every data which I want in my file. So I write down everything in the outstream. So now I want this data from the outstream to the instream because this download from stream will take only the instream as a parameter and not outstream. So to do this, we again use temp blob dot create instream and here it is instream. That's it. So what I did is that I using the temp blob create the outstream, write down my data in the outstream and then from the temp blob only I created the in stream. So system download or system move all the things, or like system reading the data from the outstream in the in stream, and from this function download from stream, system will read the data and download the data in this file name, and gives you gives this complete file to the browser. And by using the browser, uh, browser will help you to download that file in the path where you have which you have defined in the browser settings. Okay, so like this we have successfully mentioned or write down our code for downloading the file from the Business Central SaaS version. So let's go to your item card page again, and here it is. We have added this function also in my action called download item info. Okay, so let's build this project and let's deploy this project. Okay, it is currently asking me to authenticate myself. So I'll do that because I'm working with the Business Central SaaS version. Okay, so that's why it is asking such thing. You have successfully signed in. You may now close this window. Yes, of course. And now it is publishing my application to the Business Central SaaS version. And yes, of course, what I was telling you, that because in these with these two functions we have uh, learned about uploading the file from our local file system and downloading the file to our local file system. So with all these two functions, our browser plays a most important role, because browser is the application, browser is the intermediate application which or through which we could easily uh, we can easily play with the files which are available in our local file system. Okay, so what we can do is, let's first see that if my extension is available in the extension management. So yes, it is available. Okay, so go to the item card, item list first. Here it is. So let's create one new item like this. Let me write down the name as Apple. Okay, so now let's see our functions. Go to the related, and in the history, I would say, yes. So here our two functions are available. First one is import pick and second one is download item info. So when I click on this import pick, it will ask me, or it opens the prompt, user prompt, from where I should select the choose file. And now see, this actually is working, as I mentioned to you earlier, that this is now web browser which is working for us and in helping us in accessing the local file system. So here is my image called Apple. Click on open, and now browser is providing the same information to the Business Center SaaS, and here it is. My image is now available. So we have seen that how I access my local file, which is available in my local file system in the Business Central Online version, with the help of that upload into stream function, right? Now, in the same manner, we should go to the related, go to the history, go to the entries, and see the download item info page function. So what it will do, it will create the file from this record and download the file in my local file system. Now, because we are working with the Business Center SaaS version and it does not And as I told you, browser will play a very important role. So it is the browser which decide that when Business Central is off will offer us the file which we are wanting from the Business Central, where we want to store that file. So you should go to the browser settings. Uh, okay, here it is. No, where is the? Okay, so if you can see, oh, download settings. So as you can see, the default location uh, of downloading the file from this web browser is this. We can change this, but obviously whatever location you define in the web browser, Business Central will download that file in your defined location, right? So let's run this function, and as you can see, our Business Central not only created the file with the same name which we have provided in the AL language, but also downloaded the file with the help of the browser in the same location which is defined in the web browser settings. Okay, if you open this, it is web browser setting only. And open this file, you will find item number and item name separately in the two lines, right? So in this manner, we can work with the files using stream functions which are available in the AL language, and we can access our local files in the Business Center SaaS version. So guys, this is the part one of the video where we have seen how to play with the upload into stream, download from stream, uh, how to play with the stream functions in the AL language and access the local files available in our particular machine. So I hope you have now actually get a basic idea of working with these functions and how to uh, handle the files in the AL language, say SaaS version Business Central. And that's it for the today's video. If you like the video, request you to please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.